Hi, I'm Natasha. I'm going to do the first speaking prompt, and it's about a significant other. I'm going to talk about my first grade teacher. His name is Mr. Merritt, and about how he left a huge impact on my life when I was going through a really rough time in first grade, and about what that rough time was. So, one of the points that I will make on how he helped shape my growing abilities is the fact that I lost my grandfather when I moved here, and so that was my first grade year, and that's when I first met Mr. Merritt, who was my teacher. And so when I moved here, it was very hard, adjusting to a new school and everything, and he was just an amazing teacher and all. And I really didn't want to focus. I never wanted to be in class. I was mad at the world, I was mad at everyone, and he just was there for me. He let me sit next to him, he let me be his assistant in class, and he let me pretty much do what I wanted to do, and he just kind of let me do what I needed to do to make myself kind of feel better and feel like I make it to where I could get to a point where I wasn't so mad at the world. And then my second point that helped, he made an influence on my life was he had tadpoles in his class. So it was really cool because I got to stay after class sometimes because my mom couldn't always come right after school, and so he let me. He would always stay late sometimes, and so I could sit there and babysit his tadpoles, and they grow into be frogs. And so it was cool to be able to watch and learn about how they grow up to be frogs, and that they go off and they do their things, and they don't stay with their parents, and that they don't have grandparents, and that everyone grows up and they move on and stuff. And so everything happens for a reason, and he kind of like roped that into the fact that not everyone's around all the time, and that people come and go, and that things do happen for a reason. But he taught me valuable lessons through things. I was a student that, being a first graders can be a little stubborn. Um, and we don't really like to listen. At least I didn't. And so another point was I like to fake sleep in class. Um, I would fall asleep, and then the kids would brag on me, and then the teacher would tell them to stop and to let me sleep, and I wouldn't be asleep still because they had woken me up, and I would just still pretend to be asleep. And the fact that he cared so much to just let me sleep because I had such bad insomnia as a kid, and he knew that, it just meant much to me because he cared so much about me to let me sleep in class as a first grader. Like, first graders don't get nap time, but he let me sleep for 5 minutes, and that made a big impact on me, even though some kids don't get that, but it did. And so this person, Mr. Merritt, he said all these little things, and he still has a picture to this day of me hanging in his classroom. I worked at that school about a summer or two ago, and I saw him almost every day, and he still had the picture. And my little brother got to be in his first grade class, and every day he talked about me. And that just made my heart so happy because I made as big as an impact on his life as he made on mine. And so he helped shape me to be who I am and to have the self concept that I have of like that I can be just like him. I can be how he is as a teacher because I want to be a teacher, and I want to be able to help students like he helped me. Like, all these kids go through so much, and I know that, and so I want to be able to help students like how he helped me when I was going through a hard time. And so I want to be able to help students just like he helped me because his impact is what makes me me. at least part of me, because I wouldn't be to the point that I am without him. And so with this video, I talked about how important Mr. Merritt is in my life and how he still is so important and how big of an impact he made and how he is a significant person in my life and that he made a huge difference in my life. Thank you.